Yo, true crime crew, get ready. This one's gonna haunt your nights. Picture this. It's a sticky July night in 1982, Waco, Texas. Three teens, Jill Montgomery, Raylene Rice, and Kenneth Franks, are joking in a car heading to Coney Park to catch a sunset. They're young, full of dreams, just kids out for a summer night. Hours later, their bodies are found in Spiegelville Park, one staged with sunglasses placed on after death. It's a scene so brutal it scars Waco forever. Was this a random killer, a hired hit gone horribly wrong, or hold up, did Texas execute an innocent man? If this already gives you chills, hit that subscribe button because we're diving into a nightmare that still haunts Texas. Let's go. Waco, Texas. 1982 was a small town where everybody knew everybody. Kids hung out at parks, parents left doors unlocked, and summer nights felt safe until they didn't. Jill Montgomery, 17, was a firecracker. She worked as a tour guide at the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame and Museum, always smiling, always dreaming big. She'd come to Waco to pick up her last paycheck, ready to move on to new adventures. Raylene Rice, also 17, was her best friend, inseparable from Jill, the kind of duo that finished each other's sentences. They were from Waxahachie, just soaking up one last summer together. Kenneth Franks, 18, was Jill's buddy from the Methodist Children's Home, a fun-loving guy with no enemies. Some say they might have been in Waco to score some weed, but these were just kids out for a good time, no reason to be targets. That night, they had no clue it'd be their last. July 14th, 1982 changes everything. Two fishermen are walking through Spiegelville Park, just across from Coney Park, when they stumble on a scene straight out of a horror movie. Kenneth is propped against a tree, sunglasses placed on his face after he's already gone, like some sick signature. Jill and Raylene are nearby, hands tied behind their backs with shoelaces, clothes torn, signs of unthinkable violence. No way you unsee this. The cops figure the attack happened at Coney Park, where the teens went to watch the sunset, and the bodies were moved to Spiegelville. They find a beer can, some shoelaces, but no clear leads. Waco goes into a tailspin. Parents set curfews. Folks start buying guns and parks. They turn into ghost towns. The local papers screaming headlines and the whole town's asking who could do this and why. The Waco Police Department, led by Lieutenant Marvin Horton, is under insane pressure. This is the worst crime Waco's ever seen, 3 kids slaughtered for no reason. They chase leads, but by September 1982, the case is stalling out. Enter Truman Simons, a patrol cop who saw the bodies that day and made a promise to himself he's catching this killer no matter what. Simons quits the force, becomes a jailer, and starts digging. He zeroes in on David Wayne Spence, a guy already in prison for sexual assault. Simons has a wild theory. Muneer Deeb, a convenience store owner, hired Spence to kill Gail Kelly, a girl who worked for him and looked a lot like Jill. Why Deeb had taken out a life insurance policy on Kelly shady. Right, Simons thinks Spence got it wrong, mistook Jill for Kelly, and killed Raylene and Kenneth to cover his tracks. One mistake sparked a massacre. No way, right. Simons builds his case, but it's messy. He leans on jailhouse snitches who claim Spence bragged about the murders. Then there's bite mark evidence supposedly matching Spence's teeth to marks on the girls. He gets confessions from Gilbert and Anthony Melendez, 2 brothers who ran with Spence. They even lead cops to the crime scene. Sounds airtight, but hold up, things get weird. The Melendez brothers later say Simons coerced them, promising deals. Those snitches, they might have been offered favors. And Deeb? He's got a motive with that insurance policy, but the evidence is thin. Simons is all in swearing he's got his guys. But the town's starting to whisper, is he a hero chasing justice or a cop so obsessed he's forcing the pieces to fit? By 1983, the trials kick off, and it's a circus. David Spence is convicted in 1984, murder, kidnapping, the works. He gets the death penalty executed in 1997. Gilbert Melendez pleads guilty to 2 murders, gets life, and dies in prison in 1998. His brother Anthony gets life to Passon in 2017. Muneer Deeb is convicted in 1985, also sentenced to death, but here's the twist: he wins a retrial and walks free in 1993. The case seems closed, but it's not that simple. Gilbert broke down in court sobbing, saying he couldn't lie to his mom anymore, and retracted his confession. The bite mark evidence, a dentist, Richard Souviron, later calls it junk science, totally unreliable. Lawyers like Russ Hunt and Walter Reeves start digging, saying Texas got the wrong guys. Even Marvin Horton, the old Waco PD lieutenant, thinks the real killer's still out there. Jill's mom, Nancy Shaw, is torn grieving her daughter, but wondering if justice missed the mark. Did Simon's ego eclipse the truth? Waco was never the same after 1982. Trust died. Parks stayed empty. Parents held their kids a little tighter. Truman Simons became a legend. Books like Careless Whispers and a TV movie, Sworn to Vengeance, painted him as a hero. But plenty call him out, saying he coerced confessions and relied on shady snitches to pin it on Spence and the Melendez brothers. Fast forward to 2017, Spence's sons, Jason and Joel, sue the state of Texas, claiming their dad was innocent. They point to missing evidence, coerced statements, and a botched investigation. In 2024, a Judge Matt Johnson greenlights new DNA testing on the shoelaces and a beer can from the scene sent to Arkansas Genomics. As of August 2025, we're still waiting on results. Could this flip the case wide open? Or did Spence take the truth to his grave? Jill Montgomery, Raylene Rice, and Kenneth Franks deserved so much more. They were just teens out for a summer night dreaming of futures that never came. Their families, like Nancy Jill's mom, carry that pain every day. This case still splits people. Some say Spence was guilty. Others swear Texas executed an innocent man. What's the truth? We may never know for sure, but we can keep their names alive. Want to dig deeper? Check out wacohistory.org to learn more about Waco's darkest chapter. Drop your theories in the comments. Do you think Spence did it, or was he framed? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's make sure Jill, Raylene, and Kenneth are never forgotten. Thanks for diving into this haunting case with me. Stay safe out there.